So how this is going to work is, if I can just lower that down a little bit, I realize the music might be a little too loud. Um, so this is how it's going to work. I know I have not uploaded the battles for ISL Season 2 in a few weeks. I can explain that. My OBS program has been glitching on me and has been screwing up, so I haven't been able to really upload the videos. And then some of the videos I sort of lost the replays for. So I'm going to go real quick. I believe the last one that should have gone up that didn't was, yeah, we went against the Utah Wees. We lost 4-0. Weavile, we couldn't do anything against Weavile. It just went through our whole entire team. Week 8, we went against Oz, but unfortunately our schedules just didn't meet up, so we had to take a draw, and so we both took a 0-3 loss for that battle. And then week 9, we went against the Rotodom Star after we went against Ramon, and we did pretty well. We won 4-0 victory against him. Zygarde, Frostlass, and Gardevoir each got at least one kill. Zygarde got 2, and then their mons also died to hazards. It was a really good battle. I was very happy with it. I did not expect us to win. And so with that win, we were close to making the playoffs. We had one more match to go, but the odds of us making the playoffs were very slim to none. So the last battle we had, we went against Boo and the San Francisco 49 Tails. And we won 2-0. Hitmonlee got 2 kills, Umbreon got a kill, Rotom Heat got a kill, Zy got a kill, and then Mega Gardevoir got a kill. Gastrodon didn't even enter the battle. But, I mean, it was a 2-0 victory. Kieran Black got 2 kills, Slurpuff and Go-Go all did pretty well against us. So it was a pretty good battle. I think that we both went down to the wire. So that's pretty much it. We ended our season with a 5-5 record. If we were in the Kanto Conference, we would have made the playoffs, because the person who took the playoff spot for that was New England Patriots for the wild card, and he was 4-6. We were 5-5, so we would have taken that if we were actually in the Kanto Conference. But due to not being in there, the Utah Wees took the wild card in the Johto Conference with a 7-3 record, and so that pretty much denied us not being able to be in the playoffs. So that's it for Season 2 of ISL. They'll be going through the playoffs now. So we won't be uploading any battles for that, anything else for ISL throughout the rest until if we do a Season 3. It's not even been confirmed yet whether we're doing one or not. So with that, PICA. We decided to do Season 2, and we decided to change it up a little bit. Last season we just, I believe we did the UCL style. No, we did UCL. We did the point system of 1,180 points last season. And this time around, we decided to change that up. And we went with the Tier 5, just like GBA did. We went to the 5 tiers and the 4 free picks and franchise. Now, how franchise works is that we had to, if we wanted to, we could have chosen a Mon from our previous season and use that to use them on again. It will cost us 180, not 180, cost us 100 points and our 400 points for our free picks. And so a lot of teams did franchise. We had some new team members and new teams, and how they did it was if they wanted to franchise, they would have franchised a Mon that was not drafted at all, was not used at all during the previous seasons. So some interesting Mons like Politoed got drafted. And that's pretty much it. That was the only new coach that did a the franchise. Oh no, also someone franchised Mega Slowbro, which is a pain in the ass. But so when we were going through it, honestly, we originally wanted to franchise Latios because there was a big controversy about what the rule was for it, and so we wanted to franchise Latios, but then we found out that we couldn't because they changed the ruling on it, so we weren't able to franchise that. So we had to go back to our original team from Season 1 of PICA and figure out if we want to franchise anything. And that would depend on how we build the rest of our team. And so what we decided to do was we decided to franchise Mew. We brought Mew back. Newborn is back with us. And it's going to be a lot of fun to use Mew again. We didn't utilize it as well as I truly hoped last season. With his stats of base 100 across the board, he gets really good can pretty much be anything you really want. He's probably the most versatile Mon in the whole entire league. And so, with that, it will give us an opportunity to really test out to see what type of sets we can create with it. And once you see the rest of the team, we need to be creative with Mew this season, or we're not going to do very well. What's also nice about Mew is that when you see the moves it can literally learn almost every single move in the whole entire game. If it's a TM or a tuner move, it can learn it. So we have such a wide variety. We can make it a physical attacker. We can make it a special attacker. We can make it a physical wall, a special wall. Make it a suicide lead. We could have it as a cleric. We could do it as a hazard setter, a hazard remover. We have so many options we can do with Mew. It's not even funny. And so with that, it pretty much gives us random. We can do any sort of team we want because the Mew can fit into any single team. And so I don't know the exact order how we drafted. I really don't, because we were the wheel pick. We were the last picks. And the way our thing was set up, it wasn't based off of what round you picked it. It was just because it was the 5 tiers. So I do not remember at all what our what we actually did, like what we drafted when, just because it's so out of order. Actually, no, I do. I remember we dropped a second. Since we had the wheel pick, I remember we dropped a second and third. I do remember that. And so our second mon that we drafted was, I realized that I sort of wanted to go for my wall core first. I wanted to get 2 mons that were really, really good. And I noticed that there was one mon, because Excadrill got drafted. And so this was sort of a way of preventing someone drafting a mon that sets up the sand to go against Excadrill. And we used Tyranitar before in the past in other league formats, and I wasn't a big fan of it. So what we did was we drafted Hippowdon. Moto, we're going to take that name from Miguel, because that is where I learned how to use this mon. We're going to use Moto this season. And, oh, is it, they don't change it? Wow, okay. Normally, Hippowdon looks different depending on it's male or female, but they didn't change it on here for some reason. But Hippowdon is such a great mon because you have 2 different abilities. You have Sandstream and Sand Force. Now, the thing is that you can either set up the sand with him, or you can have another mon sand the sand and have him have Sand Force and dish out a lot greater damage. And so, what's great about Mew is that it can learn Sandstorm. So, we can teach Mew Sandstorm and have it set up the sand for Moto here, and it'll do really well for us. Now, his stats look like 108 HP, 112 attack, 118 defense, 68 special attack, 72 special defense, and 47 speed. Now, granted, he doesn't have the greatest special defense in the world, but with the high HP stat that it has, you don't need a lot of special defense in him. Just due to the fact that it can eat up some hits on the special defensive side due to his high HP stat. Now, normally what you see is run as a defensive mon, but he can be run as physical. It has a 112 physical attack stat, which isn't that bad at all. Maxing out, it puts it at 323 without being adamant. So that's a pretty decent thing to have. Now, when you look at his movesets, he gets Body Slam, Crunch, Double Edge, Earthquake, Facade, Fire Fang. I think it's all the elemental fangs, doesn't he? Get ice? He gets Ice Fang. He does not get Thunder Fang. Oh, he does get Thunder Fang. So he gets all the elemental fangs. He gets Whirlwind, Toxic, Superpower, Stone Edge. He set up Rock. That's another Rock Setter, which we could have used. Slack Off, Sleep Talk, Rock Slide, Iron Head. And with that, his special attack is only 68, so it's not really the greatest. But if we honestly need to use a hidden power, we have that option. And he's just a great overall mon in general. I love Moto. He's a fantastic mon. He gets a decent physical attack stat. He has Iron Tail and Iron Head. He can set up the sand himself. If he wants to set up the sand for his own self to use, he is more capable of doing so. He does get Water Pulse. He gets Yawn. He gets Sunny Day, so if I want to set up the sun with him instead. He gets a lot of really good moves. He can, with a high attack stat, if I wanted to choice ban him or life orb him, he is an option there. which we drafted a lot of bulk this season, which as you'll see, we didn't draft really anything that's dedicated to be a physical attacker, but some of our mons that we drafted can be physical if set up in a certain way. And so that's what's great about Motomoto, that he has such a great physical attack stat that he can pretty much be either a defensive or a physical attacking wall. So the next mon that we drafted was a mon that I've never personally used, but I've hated and despised going against it. And so when I drafted it, I was like, okay, I'm going to draft this just to sort of take it away from other people, just so that no one uses it against me. So I guess it's that sort of type of snipe that I just didn't want anyone else using it. And it would be interesting to see how well I use it this season, because it's another psychic type. It's a mon that is such a great wall. It can be physical or special. It has levitate, so it doesn't have to worry about ground type attacks. And it's Cresselia. Now, a lot of people are going to hate me for this pick, and a lot of people did. They were raging at me because I drafted Cresselia. The reason why is that Cresselia just has like an amazing step for his defense. He has 120 HP, 120 defense, and then 130 special defense. It's a wall in the least, and finding out that he does have a speed of 85, so if I wanted to make him a special attacker with a Timid Nature, or make a Choice Scarf him, and max out attacker, or even Choice Specs him, I have that option. Because, yeah, his special attack's only 75, his attack is 70, but it still can hit pretty damn well. And look at his moveset, he can Calm Mind, so if I want to have a fast Cresselia and just start setting up Calm Minds, I can do that. It gets Energy Ball, it gets Grass Knot, it gets Ice Beam, it gets Lunar Dance, which is a very interesting move. It faints, but a replacement mon is fully healed with his PP as well. So if a mon's on the brink of just going down, I have that option to just use Lunar Dance and bring him back up to full and sweep the rest of his team. Especially like Motomoto that stands up. Cresselia is about to go down. Let me Lunar Dance and get Motomoto back up to full HP so that it can come in on the sand and wreck house on someone. It gets Moonblast. It gets Moonlight for recovery, because it does not get recover, I do not believe. It does not. Psycho Cut, Psy Shock, Psychic, Signal Beam, Shadow Ball. It gets T-Wave and Toxic. It gets Zen Headbutt. It gets Trick. So if I wanted to Choice Scarf a Trick onto something, it gets Aurora Beam. It gets Charge Beam. It gets so many. It gets Magic Room so that all items have no effect. So like Life Orbs and Berries like that have no effect. Gets Rain Dance. Does it get Sandstorm? It does not get Sandstorm. That would be awesome. But does it get Rain Dance? So if you want to set up the rain on something to stop other monsters from setting up on us, it's perfectly fine. It has Solar Beam. It has Trick Room. So we have a lot of slow mons. So if we wanted to set up the Trick Room and do some work against someone, we have that option to do. So that's what's really great about. He also has Icy Wind to slow down some mons for speed control. So that's what's so great about Cresselia, or should I call Luna. Luna is the name that we were going to give it. And just like we did in ISL, we're making all the Pokemon shiny. This has such a great setup that it can do pretty much anything you really want to do. You can make it a physical wall. You can make it a special wall. You could make it a special attacker. You could make it as a screen setter, because it does get Reflect and Light Screen. It gets such a wide move pool. It can really do anything. Hidden powers are going to be phenomenal with this one, because it will do so much work to it with my opponent's team. So going in the next 2 rounds, since I had to wait forever and ever to go, there was some ones that I wanted that got picked up, like Mammal Swine I wanted, but I did get Motomoto, so I didn't really worry about Mammal Swine too much. But there were a lot of good mons out there that I truly did want that would be really well on this team. And at this point, I didn't realize I was going to go straight bulk. And I was just winging it at this point. I was just, you know what, I'll just draft whatever. Whatever's around, I'll pick it up. And so I didn't really know what to pick up when it was my turn again. But the first thing I knew I was going to have to pick up, and this month I was honestly surprised that it was still around, just due to the fact how great it is. It's a fantastic mon, and the fact that it lasted all the way to end of round 3 was ridiculous because of how great it is. And that is my boy Morty, the Heatran. Heatran lasted all the way to end of round 3, not being drafted yet. I was like, holy crap, that's ridiculous. With a special attack set of 130, defenses of 106, and an HP of 91, even his attack is 90 and speed is 77. He's not that bad of a mon. He can pretty much do anything it really wants to do. It gets a wide variety pool. It gets Ancient Power gets Crunch, Dark Pulse, Dragon Pulse, Earth Power, Earthquake, Eruption, Explosion, Flamethrower, Flash Cannon, Heat Wave. It gets all the hidden powers, Iron Head, Lava Plume. It gets Rock Slide. It gets another Stealth Rock user. So we have 3 Stealth Rock users on our team so far. It can set up Taunts. It can set up Substitutes, Will-O-Wisp, Stone Edge, Giga Impact, Bulldoze, Magma Storm, Metal Sound, Solar Beam, Sunny Day. Again, it's not another mod that can set up Sand, but it can do perfectly fine. It has Flash Fire's ability, also Flame Body. So right now I don't really have a Grass type weakness, but a Fire type weakness. But if someone wants to throw a Will-O-Wisp my way on one of my walls trying to dwindle him down, I have Flash Fire here, and he's immune to poison too. So this is the one mod that I can just come in and just be like, oh hey, you have this? Okay, that's fine. I will just do this then. So it's a really great mod. I truly do enjoy it. I wasn't expecting to get it. Like, my original plan that before I didn't know I could franchise Latios, I wanted Latios, Sylveon, and Heatran. Those are my 3 mons for my Fairy, Dragon, Steel Core. Unfortunately, I didn't get either the Dragon or the Fairy that I wanted, but I did get Heatran as a good Steel Core, and also a Fire Core, which I was very happy with. So going with this round, I needed something else. I don't remember if this is when I picked my Mega. Was it when I picked my Mega? No, I don't think it was. I think... Was it? Trying to remember if this is... So, I'm not sure when what my next mon was. It was either my Mega, or it was another mon. But let's just go with my Mega. Let's just go down the list, because I could not remember. The next mon I drafted was another mon that I've faced against many times, and it's been a defensive wall that I just can never have gotten through. It's so difficult to get through for a lot of teams. Even with the flying type stab, it can still eat up hits pretty damn well, and that is Theodore. Theodore the Chestnut. Now, Theodore the Chestnut is a fantastic mon. It truly is. It can do a lot of great things. It's a physical monster. It has 88 HP, yeah, but it has 122 defense and 107 physical attack. That's phenomenal. That's an amazing mon to just dish out physical hits. Even when he has no attack invested, he can still dish out pretty good hits. Like, I've done calcs on certain grass types or even dark types where no HP, no defense invested, I'm almost OHKOing them with no attack investment on Chestnut, which is ridiculous. He gets an amazing ability in his ability called Bulletproof, so that I don't have to worry about bullet moves, so like bomb moves, like Sludge Bomb, stuff like that, I'm immune to. So that's phenomenal. He gets Brick Break, he gets Bulk Up, so if I want to be a setup physical attacker, I have that option. Gets Dragon Claw, Drain Punch, Earthquake, Energy Ball, so if I want to run special, I have an option. It's not the greatest special attack, but it's there. Focus Blast, Giga Drain, Grass Knot, Gyro Ball. I have no speed investment. I'm going to hit something really hard. Hammer Arm, Hone Claws to raise my accuracy as well, because I have a Dynamic Punch that has... Well, I don't know if he gets Dynamic Punch or not. Does he get Dynamic Punch? No, he doesn't get Dynamic Punch. But if I ever, Focus Blast, my accuracy is low. Or Iron Head, oh no, it's Iron Tail. Yeah, he can learn Iron Tail. So if I want to increase the accuracy to hit Iron Tails, I have that option. He gets Poison Jab. He gets Low Kick. He gets Leech Seed. He gets Reflect. He can set up screens. He could do Shadow Claw. He can do Sleep Talk, Super Fang, Super Power, Synthesis, Thunder Punch, Taunt, Zen Headbutt. He gets such a wide move pool. It's not even funny. He gets Frenzy Plant. He gets Pin Missile, which isn't the greatest move in the world, but I mean it's there. He has Solar Beam. He gets Retaliate. He gets Payback, Needle Arm, Low Sweep. He gets so many good moves that can do a lot of great things in this sort of league format, which a lot of people just forget about. And so, Theodore, I don't know if I need to capitalize this. This is gonna bug me. Theodore is a fantastic mon. I was honestly surprised that no one drafted it yet, and this was adding towards my fire, grass, water core, and it gave me a fighting typing stab that is very rare to have in this World League format. If you don't have a fighting stab, you're gonna have troubles with a lot like dart types and stuff like that because they're hard to get rid of unless you have fairy, fighting, or bug, and you need one that's prominent in that factor. So, going on to my next mon, I decided to. This is when I picked my Mega and my other mon. At first, I was like, okay, I have no idea what to draft. I really don't. Hold on. I had to just real quick. I don't know how to spell this word at all. I don't know how to spell this word. There we go. Now I got it. I just forgot 2 letters. It's fantastic, mom. And so I needed to go my next 2 picks. Because like I said, I'm starting to get sniped a little bit. There are mons that I'm wanting that are getting picked up. And I'm just like, I don't really know what to go for. I'm like sitting here, I was like, I really don't know what to go for. And I realized, okay, I needed a bulky water type. Because all my seasons, I don't really ever... The one season I had a bulky water type was season 1 of ISL. So I didn't have a bulky water type after that. And I needed a decent one that could be physical or special defensive, that could be a cleric, that could wish pass, that can do a lot of different things. And I decided to go with my girl, Vaporeon. I decided to go with Vaporeon because it's a fantastic, fantastic mon. It can, like I said, it can be a physical or a special defensive wall. Yeah, his physical defense is only 60, but his HP is 130. So his HP is through the roof, and with Scald, with possibilities of burns, it can just stop any physical attackers that are trying to do any damage to it besides grass types and electric types. But special attack stat of 110, special defense of 95. I can eat up hits even on the special side when I'm have max HP. So that's a fantastic thing to have. I love Vaporeon. Vaporeon's a great mon. With the ability Water Absorb, it does get hydration as a hidden ability. And if I'm setting up the rain, that'd be great. But right now, Water Absorb is good as its own. I gain HP back due to it, which is phenomenal. And he gets such a great ability. He gets Blizzard, Ice Beam, Heal Bell, like I said. He's a cleric. He gets Hydro Pump, Hyper Voice, which I didn't know until just now. He gets Return, gets Scald, Shadow Ball. He gets Waterfall, Surf. If you want to make it physical, you have Waterfall there. He gets Wish. Baby Doll Eyes, if you really want to do that. Truly, yeah, it's Acid Armor. So you can gain more defenses as it goes. It gets Muddy Water. It gets Sing, so put things to sleep. It gets Synchronize, which isn't really useful actually. Never mind, that's double battle. I'm stupid. It gets Stored Power, so if I want to set up with something, I can hit it with a Stored Power. What else it gets? It gets Water Pulse if I want to try to confuse things. It gets Yawn, so if I want to put more things to sleep. It gets Sunny Day, which is weird, but it's a Sunny Day. It's a fantastic mon. It really is. It gets Icy Wind, and put on a hidden power on there. It's perfectly fine. Normally, he's always going to run as the same thing every single week. It's going to be a wall on the physical or special side, or as a cleric, but it's still going to be very difficult for people to play with unless they have a grass or electric stab. It's going to be very hard for them to deal with Vaporeon because Vaporeon's just going to sit here and be like, I'm just going to wish. Excuse me, I'm professional. But he's just going to sit here and wish and wish and wish and wish and wish, and you're never going to stop. And I can just wish and baton pass, slow baton pass, take damage by something, baton pass into something else, and have that get the wish, which is phenomenal. But with that, let's go into the other team real quick. Is Noivern. We decided to go with Noivern. This wasn't exactly order at this point. I'll go back to whatever I picked with Vaporeon, and then I'll go back to this. I just had Noivern here because I thought I was going to do it a different way, and apparently I just didn't go the order I was going to go in. With Noivern is a fantastic mon. I needed a good Dragon type, and a lot of the good special Dragon types were already taken. Dragonite was still available, but it couldn't afford it. Dragalge was taken by this point. Haxorus, I think, might have been still around. Goodra wasn't around, and that could have been another. I could have gone Goodra, which, looking back at it, I could have gone Drew, but this Noivern's in tier 4, Goodra's tier 3. So I would have to make some choices, but Noivern is still a great option as it is. Looking at his stats, he has an HP stat of 85 and a speed stat of 123. It's my fastest mod on my team. Now, yeah, it doesn't have the greatest physical attack or special attacks, so that's probably why it's a little lower. But his moveset's phenomenal. He gets Boom Burst, he gets Dark Pulse, Draco Meteor, Dragon Claw, Dragon Pulse, Air Slash, Acrobatics, Facade, Flamethrower, Focus Blast, Heat Wave. It gets Hurricane, gets Hyper Voice, gets Outrage, it gets Shadow Ball, it gets Tailwind, Taunt, U-Turn, Wild Charge, which I didn't know about it until during the draft. It's X-Scissor. It gets Solar Beam, it gets Sunny Day. It gets, that's pretty much all the things I'm saying. It's Sky Attack. If you really want to do that, run Power Up Sky Attack, and I'll do a lot of damage or something. So it's a fantastic mon. A lot of times it's going to be my special attacking mon that I would bring if I absolutely need it. But having the dragon out there just intimidating like that, it's going to be phenomenal to use. And I can't wait to use Noivern. What did I have a nickname for Noivern? I had a nickname. Oh yeah, I had Smog. If you have a better nickname for me, more than welcome to put it in the chat. Right now, Smog is the only nickname I can think of. So there's that. But with the abilities it has Fricks, which is great for this World League format, so I can see what type of items they're running. So if I know, oh, this is Citrus Berry, oh, this is Choice Band, oh, this is Choice Scarf, oh, this is Life Orb, oh, this is Assault Vest. I have so many options where that will be very helpful. And then Infiltrator is really good because if I know my opponent's going to be using screens, if he's going to be using substitutes, I have Infiltrator here so I can still hit them no matter what. So I can just break through and hit them really powerful. And it's like, oh, wait, he has Infiltrator. Crap. Telepathy is not really useful in this sort of league format just due to the fact that it's not doubles, it's singles. But Frisk and Infiltrator are two really good abilities that I think will be very well this season. Now, my next mon that I drafted with Vaporeon during that round, I think that was round 5 and 6, was my Mega. And when I was sitting here thinking what to draft as my Mega, before I drafted Chestnut, I was thinking about going Mega Sceptile. And then I decided to go against it because I decided I was going to draft Noivern. And so I didn't really want another Dragon typing on the team. And it's a 4x weakness to Ice, which I didn't really need another one of those. Even though I had things that can handle Ice, I didn't want another, like, something like that, even though I drafted Noivern. But I didn't want 2 4x weaknesses to Ice. So I was like, what can I draft that would be very, very useful as a Mega? And at this point, this is before I drafted Noivern. So right now, I had Mew, Hippowdon, Cresselia, Vaporeon, Chestnut. And Heatran. I had a very defensive team so far. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep on that trend. I'm going to keep going on the defensive track. And I decided to go with Mega Sableye. A lot of people were pissed off of this. Mega Sableye is a phenomenal one. I named him Nightmare because the shiny version of him scares the living crap out of me. Just because it's gold and it's creepy and it's like, it gets a great ability, so if I choose not to Mega Evolve right away, I have Prankster there, so I can Prankster Will-O-Wisp, I can Prankster Recover, I can Prankster Calm Mind, I can do whatever I need to do. His stats, his HP isn't the greatest, but his defense and special defense are pretty high, with 125 defense and 115 special defense, so I can make him a physical or special wall. He does get setup moves, he does get Calm Mind. Does he get any other setup moves? Just Nasty Plot. Gets Power Up Punch, which isn't really a true setup move. Does he get anything to increase his physical attack is my question. He has Octazooka. Why does he get Octazooka? What? Okay. That's interesting. Didn't know that till just now. His Dynamic Punch. wow, some of these moves are ridiculous. But his moveset is really, really good. He can beef. Oh, I do not want to put body slam on there. With attack of 85 and special attack of 85, there's really, you can run him any way. You can run him as a physical attacker or a special attacker. Does not really matter. So I love Mega Sableye. I truly do. You can pretty much run him. A lot of times people run like with calm mindsets. It does get fake out. It gets foul play. You could toxic things. You can will-o-wisp things. What's great is that his only weakness is fairy, and there's no hidden power fairies out there. So I don't have to worry about that too much. If I know it has a fairy type move, I'm gonna switch out. Now I have to watch out for Mega Lopunny because a fighting type move can still hit me due to Scrappy, but that's not much of an issue. I don't have to worry about it too much. I'll just run protect that week or whatever. But it does get Sucker Punch. He gets Taunt. He gets Shadow Sneak. He gets so many fantastic movesets that he gets Power Gem, Poison Jab. He gets Knockoff. He gets Moonlight. He gets Magic Coat, which he already has Magic Bounce, so it's sort of useless, but still. He just has a wide assortment of movesets. He's a phenomenal mon. It's going to cause a lot of problems and a lot of issues for a lot of people's teams, and it's going to give them nightmares like he gives me nightmares. Now, for the next mon is I decided to draft a mon that went really well in the sand because I needed a strong physical attacker. Now, he's only really good when he's in the sand because he gets a speed boost from it, but if I decide not to bring the sand, there are other ways I can run him. And I needed a tier 5. And I was looking at tier 5, I was like, what utilizes the sand? What utilizes the sand? And I was thinking, wait a second. I was using Hippowdon because of how Mega Mogwai used it. So let me go with the mon that he used with Hippowdon. I'm going Stoutland. Waffles has arrived. Waffles of Stoutland is a phenomenal mon. His stats could be better. He has 110 attack, 90 defense, 90 special defense, 80 speed, and 80 HP. That's pretty it's not that bad. He has a pretty good attack stat, like a good stats all around. He gets moves like Crunch, Fire Fang, he gets Ice Fang, he gets Play Rough, he gets Pursuit Trap, he could do Shadow Ball if you really want to run special, no special is worth stat. He gets Superpower, he gets Thunderbolt, he gets T-Wave, Toxic, Wild Charge, he gets Aerial Ace, he gets Giga Impact, of course Return of Frustration, he gets Rock Tomb, he gets Thunderfang. So the reason why he's so low in the tiers is that he doesn't have the greatest moveset in the world. He has some fantastic moves. He just doesn't cover everything that he really needs to cover. And as of right now, he doesn't really have... He has Play Rough to deal with fighting types. But other than that, he has nothing really to deal with his one weakness, which is fighting types. But he's just a still fantastic mon. If I can get the sand up and have him be in the sand and choice band him, he's going to hurt a lot of things with a Return or Frustration, depending on how I want to have his happiness. Waffles is a fantastic mon. He gets the Intimidate normally. He gets Sand Rush. And he also gets Scrappy. So if I decide to 1 week to run him with, if I know they're going to have a prominent ghost type and I want to hit him with a strong return, I have Scrappy there to do so. Whoa, I am sorry for the yawning. It's only not even 8 o'clock yet, and I'm just yawning like crazy. So, like, if someone else tried Mega Sableye, I could run Scrappy and hit him Mega Sableye with a superpower. Not a problem. And then I believe he also gets Facade. So, even if I get burnt, I have Facade there to just double the powers and be like, oh, hey, look at that. I have Facade. You suck. So, Waffles is really phenomenal mon. I cannot wait to use it. So, with that, I'm pretty sure, yeah, there leaves me with 2 months left. They're my last 2 picks of the whole entire draft. And so I had 2 free picks, and I only had about 120 left because I lost 100 due to franchising Mew. I used 180 to draft Heatran, so I had 120 left. So I was sitting there and I was like, huh. What do I need to do? I was just thinking there, I was like, what do I need? And so I was thinking, okay, what typings don't I have? As of right now, I don't have Electric type, which is sort of sucks. And I was looking to see in Tier 4 and Tier 5 what good electric types are out there that have some good bulk to them, but can still do decent damage. And so, what I decided to go with was Electros. And what was my nickname for Electros? Oh yeah, Seaweed. I named him Seaweed because he's green and he normally stays at the bottom of the ocean. So, well, if he was an actual eel. So, his only ability is levitate, so he has no weaknesses. Unless you have Mold Breaker Earthquake, he has no weaknesses. So, that's phenomenal. His stats aren't all that bad. He has 85 HP, 80 defense, and 80 special defense. So, he's not the bulkiest thing in the world, but he can still hit up hits pretty well. He has 115 attack and 105 special attack. His speed is sort of slow, but that's not much of an issue. He's supposed to be a slow-hitting mon. And I wanted someone that had Volt Switch that was actually stab. Guess what? He gets Volt Switch. He gets Wild Charge. He gets U-Turn. So I get Volt Switch and U-Turn at the same time. He gets Thunderbolt. He gets Thunder Punch. He gets Thunder Wave. Superpower. Super Fang. Rock Slide. He gets Power Punch. Outrage. Knockoff. He gets Home Claws. He gets Fire Punch. Flamethrower. He gets Giga Drain and Grass Knot. He gets Dragon Pulse, Dragon Claw, and Dragon Tail. Discharge. Crunch. Coil. Brick Break. Aqua Tail. Acrobatics. Acid Spray. He gets Charge Beam. He gets Bind. He gets Bounce. I want to run Power Bounce. He gets Hyper Beam. He gets Iron Tail. He gets Magnetize. He gets Rain Dance. It's just a fantastic mon. So I really enjoy it, and I can't wait to use it next season. My dad's calling me, so I'll have to call him back and here in a second. But I feel like he's going to do really well. You can stack Assault Vest on him, and he'll be really good to go. You could do a Choice Scarf on him. Be good to go there. Choice Specs, Choice Banded. However you really want to run him, and he'll run perfectly well for you. So that's Seaweed. And our last mon is, I sort of went old school. I went back to OG ISL Season 1, and I needed something that can be a good physical wall. Another Levitator would be nice, because I don't really have a ground type weakness, but you can't go wrong with a Levitator, because I know there's going to be powerful Earthquakes coming my way. And so I want to go something that could eat up fighting type hits, because I just don't want to take really strong fighting type hits. I have plenty of things that resist or are immune to it, but I still had Heatran and Waffles that are super effective, super weak to it. And I needed something that I can sort of handle fairies well, because right now all I have to handle fairies is Heatran. So I wanted something I can truly handle fairies with. And so I have Heatran, but I also wanted Weezing. Birth of the Weezing is amazing. It's a great physical wall. Has HP stat of 65, yeah, but his defense is 120. With getting access to Will-O-Wisp, doesn't matter. He has 85 special attack, 90 attack, so I have the option to throw on things like Earthquake and Sludge Bomb, Dark Pulse, Explosion, Fire Blast or Flamethrower, Gyro Ball, because he's pretty slow. So I can throw Gyro Ball and then hit a little bit harder. He gets Memento, so if I want to lower someone's stats, I can stack him off. He gets Shadow Ball, he gets Substitute, he gets Taunt, Thunder, Thunderbolt, Will-O-Wisp, Toxic, and Toxic Spikes. So I have hazards with Mew, Hippowdon, Heatran for Stealth Rocks. I have Chestnut for Spikes, and now I have Weezing for Toxic Spikes. So I can set up all the hazards I truly want. I can Return. I can Pain Split to get HP back. I can do Double Hit, which is no K move, I guess. I have Grudge, so if the user faints, the attacker loses all of his PP. That's an option. Have Infestation. It gets Poison Gas, so I want to poison something besides Toxic, which Toxic seems like a better move. It gets Rain Dance. It does get Self-Destruct, like it does get Explosion. It's Sunny Day. It gets Venoshock, so if I point something, I can hit it with Venoshock, and we get to go. It gets a wide assortment of moves. It gets Clear Smog, so if I want to get rid of someone's stats, I'm good to go there. It's just a fantastic mon. I was happy to add it to the team because it was another wall on my team. And granted, I'm not going to use all these walls every single week, but it's a wall that if I need to make something like Chestnut or Hippowdon a physical attacker, I have Weezing here to be my physical wall if needed to. If I know I'm going to be getting hit by some strong fighting type stab, I have Weezing here to deal with it. Especially if they don't have a strong psychic type to deal with it, I'm golden. I don't have to worry about it too much. And with the walls, with both teams, it's going to be very hard for them to really know, oh, which one is he going to do? Which one's he going to bring? I don't know which wall he's going to bring. Oh my god. Unless you have a strong wall breaker, which there's only really one team that I'm really worried about the wall breakers, and that's the South Park Electrodes with its Mamoswine and Azumarill. It's sort of hurt my physical walls a little bit, but I'm trying to plan around them, trying to make sure that they'll work well for me. But other than that, that's my team. I personally like the team a lot. It's a lot more bulkier than I normally do, but I think that this season it'll do very well for me. And with that, I want to thank you all for watching the video. If you can please, I'll put a link in the description below for the PICA channel. Go hit the subscribe button on there, and then go back and find all the coaches for Season 2, because there's some phenomenal guys there, and they deserve your follow. Well, deserve your subscribe. We did all the drafting on my Twitch channel, so that will also be in the link in the description below, so you can see that and go follow me on Twitch. And then also subscribe on here, hit the like button if you enjoyed, and if you have any suggestions, any set suggestions, anything about these mons, anything you liked or disliked about my team, go ahead and put it in the description below, and we can have a discussion about it. But with that, I want to thank you all for watching the video, and I am out of here.